Welcome to the Scenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
Welcome back to the deep dive. You know, if you are alive in the modern world, you're just dealing with this constant saturation of information.
It's everywhere.
And that means one thing: the health of your brain, your focus, your memory. It's never been more important.
Right.
So today, we're taking a sack of research and notes focused entirely on finding, the fastest path to mental clarity.
That's it. And we're not just looking at general wellness advice here. Our mission is to extract the precise nutritional blueprints.
Okay.
We want to know which specific vitamins and nutrients are proven to support brain cells, sharpen function, and maybe even build a protective barrier against cognitive decline down the line.
Getting right to the chemical core of it.
Exactly.
Okay, let's unpack this because the sources gave us a surprisingly potent cast of characters. We are zeroing in on vitamins B12, D, E, C, and B6.
Powerhouse list.
And we even dug up the dirt on one incredibly popular herbal bonus. So let's start at the foundation, the literal builders of the brain.
We have to begin with vitamin B12. If you want a mental image, think of B12 as the structural engineer for your entire nervous system.
We hear it called the brain booster, but what makes it so critical, I always associated it more with, energy.
Yeah.
Blood cells.
And those functions are linked, for sure. But for the brain, its work is just paramount to communication and structure.
How so?
B12 is essential for producing red blood cells, yes, but critically, it supports the development of the myelin sheath.
The myelin sheath.
Think of it as the protective, fatty insulation that's wrapped around all your nerve fibers.
Oh, so it's not just helping the brain cells talk through neurotransmitters, but it's actually insulating the wiring so the signals travel fast and clean.
Exactly. Without enough of that insulation, those electrical messages slow down, they degrade.
And for someone listening, what does that feel like?
It translates directly to better memory, sustained concentration, and just less of that frustrating brain fog. The research even suggested B12 can help prevent mild cognitive impairment.
Wow.
And even brain shrinkage in older adults.
That is profound. I mean, if it's protecting the actual infrastructure, that makes the source material's warning about deficiency absolutely critical.
It is. B12 deficiency is really common, especially in older populations, because absorption just becomes less efficient with age.
Okay.
And also, crucially, among vegans and strict vegetarians.
Why is that?
Because B12 is almost exclusively found naturally in animal products. We're talking meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and dairy. If you eliminate those, you need a supplement, full stop.
That's a powerful takeaway. Okay, so moving from the builder, let's talk about a vitamin that acts more like an internal regulator. Vitamin D.
The sunshine vitamin.
Right, but the sources called it the mood stabilizer.
What's fascinating here and what the clinical trials really emphasize is just the sheer number of vitamin D receptors throughout the brain, especially in areas that govern mood, memory, and cognition.
So I've seen the headlines, vitamin D linked to depression and cognitive decline. Is that just correlation or is there a direct mechanism here?
It's looking more and more like a direct link. That's why it earned that mood stabilizer nickname.
Right.
Low levels of D are consistently associated with higher rates of depression. It seems to be involved in making certain hormones and regulating inflammation in the brain.
So it's not just about bones, it is actively regulating your emotional baseline.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Its benefits are regulating mood, stabilizing emotional health, and supporting memory and learning.
Which would reduce the risk of age-related issues.
Right. And while the best source is still sunlight, 15, 20 minutes a day is often enough, you also get it from fatty fish like salmon and mackerel.
And fortified foods, I saw.
Don't overlook those. Fortified dairy and plant-based drinks are how a lot of people reliably get their intake.
Okay, so that covers the foundational boosters. Now let's move into the protective team, starting with vitamin E, the antioxidant shield. Why does the brain need a shield like this?
That's the key question. Think about what your brain is made of. It's about 60% fat.
The fattiest organ in the body, right?
Exactly. And at the same time, it uses a massive amount of oxygen for its energy needs.
High fat content plus high oxygen. That sounds like a recipe for something to go wrong.
It is. That process is called oxidative stress. The sources use a perfect analogy. It's like rust. Constant, rapid-fire rust forming on the fatty tissues of the brain.
And that's the enemy of long-term brain health.
Number one enemy. It leads to cell damage, cognitive decline, Vitamin E is a powerful, fat-soluble antioxidant that just steps in and neutralizes those free radicals.
So it's literally protecting the hardware from rusting out. That makes the argument for vitamin E so much stronger than just a general health tip.
Absolutely. The research specifically noted its role in potentially slowing cognitive decline in neurodegenerative conditions.
Where do we get it?
To get this shield, you want to look at potent sources like almonds, sunflower seeds, leafy greens like spinach, and vegetable oils.
Excellent. Now let's look at vitamin C, which the source is called the stress fighter. I mean, we all know it for the immune system, but what's its role in the brain?
It has two critical jobs. First, it's also an antioxidant, and it works with vitamin E. It actually helps regenerate vitamin E after it's done its job.
Oh, so they're like a tag team, an antioxidant tag team. I like that. What's the second role?
The second role is structural, sort of like B12. Vitamin C is required to help produce certain neurotransmitters, especially dopamine.
Dopamine, the motivation molecule.
Right, and when you're under mental stress, you burn through your focus chemicals quickly. C helps replenish them.
So we're looking at increased attention and focus, less mental fatigue. And where are the high-impact sources besides, just an orange?
Citrus is a given, yeah. But for really concentrated doses, the sources highlighted bell peppers, especially red and yellow ones, broccoli, and berries, strawberries, blueberries, all of them.
That's a practical switch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, finally, in this group, vitamin B6, the mood and energy enhancer. This sounds like the perfect vitamin for anyone needing sustained mental output.
B6 is an enzymatic powerhouse. Its first job is making our key mood neurotransmitters, serotonin and, once again, dopamine.
So if you're low on B6, you just can't manufacture those feel-good focus chemicals properly.
You can't do it efficiently, no.
Yeah.
So it directly impacts your emotional state.
And its second role, you said it was an enhancer.
The second role is purely metabolic. It's crucial for energy production in the brain. It helps the brain process glucose, which is its main fuel.
So a healthy brain metabolism means no mid-afternoon mental crash.
That's the idea. It explains the enhancer title perfectly. It stabilizes your mood and it fuels your performance.
And the best sources for B6.
You can find it in poultry, fish, bananas, avocados, whole grains, and conveniently fortified cereals.
Okay, that completes our vitamin inventory, but before we link this all back to lifestyle, we have to talk about the bonus herbal player, ginkgo biloba. It has this ancient reputation. What does the current research say?
Ginkgo is probably the most widely studied herb for cognitive support, and some clinical trials do suggest it may offer benefits for people with mild cognitive impairment.
Particularly in older adults, I saw.
Yes, especially those already showing some decline.
And how does it work? What's the mechanism?
The main theory is that it improves cerebral blood flow. It seems to act as a vasodilator, which means it widens blood vessels.
Which would deliver more oxygen and nutrients to the brain.
That's the hypothesis. And that improvement in circulation is what's thought to help with memory and focus.
That sounds promising, but with any powerful supplement, there is always a crucial safety note we have to stress.
Absolutely. While ginkgo is generally safe, it is a known blood thinner.
Okay, that's important.
So if you are taking prescription blood thinners, aspirin, even high doses of some anti-inflammatories, it can interact negatively. The sources were very clear on this.
So talk to your doctor.
Always consult your healthcare provider before adding it to your routine.
That's essential. Now, we've cataloged all these chemical aids, but the source material was emphatic. You cannot supplement your way out of a poor lifestyle.
No, that's where the real deep dive happens, connecting these nutrients to our daily habits. We found 4 key lifestyle pillars that really maximize their impact.
Okay, give us the first one.
First, eat a genuinely balanced diet. I mean, consistently bringing in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains. Supplements are support, but food is the delivery system.
And second, the one we talk about all the time, regular exercise.
And this is where it links back. Physical activity doesn't just increase blood flow. The research explicitly said it helps grow new connections between brain cells.
So B12 helps build the infrastructure, and exercise helps build new roads and lanes for that communication to travel on.
That's it. It's synergy in action.
That's a powerful connection. Third pillar.
Keep mentally active. This is about challenging the pathways you have. Read, do puzzles, learn something new.
Don't let the cognitive agility slip.
Exactly. You risk losing what these vitamins are designed to support.
And finally, the pillar that's so often sacrificed, sleep.
You just can't cheat sleep and expect peak performance. It's when your brain cleans house. The body uses those 7 to 9 hours to clear out metabolic waste from the brain, including some of those byproducts of oxidative stress that vitamin E is trying to fight.
So we get asked this all the time, and the sources had a pretty clear answer. What is the single best vitamin for memory and focus?
Yeah, the consensus often points back to vitamin B12. While D stabilizes mood and B6 powers the metabolism, B12 is just foundational.
Because it supports the whole nervous system.
That's right. It's for the neurotransmitters, the communication, and the concentration. You can't operate the system if the infrastructure is degraded.
And the final word on supplements versus food?
Use them strategically.
Yeah.
They could be transformative if you have a real deficiency or a dietary restriction.
Yeah.
But they're best seen as powerful supports that amplify a healthy lifestyle.
They aren't magic pills.
No, they work with your efforts, not for them.
This has been incredibly insightful. It's empowering to know that taking care of your brain's structure and resilience is tied to these specific, accessible nutrients. Knowing that B12, D, E, C, and B6 are actively supporting stronger memory and better focus gives us real, actionable targets for every single day.
And as a final provocative thought for you to consider, let's bring together the two most profound things we covered.
Okay.
We learned that vitamin B12 is essential for developing neurotransmitters and maintaining that myelin sheath,
Yeah.
the physical communication lines.
Right. The wiring.
And we also learned that physical activity helps the brain grow brand new connections, new roads for those messages.
Okay, I see where you're going.
So if your ultimate goal is maximizing cognitive function, this suggests that combining the right nutrition, like B12, with consistent physical activity isn't just helpful.
It's a multiplier.
It could be the key to literally amplifying the growth and strengthening of your neural architecture, making you smarter, faster, and more resilient. It shows how diet and movement truly work together to rewrite your cognitive destiny.
Thanks for tuning in to the Scenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit scenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.